Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another unboxing for Star Wars Villainous. This is Revenge at Last, and you can see Target was nice enough to throw a big giant sticker right on the front of my order. That's alright though. This is the Sith what's it called? Holocron, I believe. Of course, we have Darth Maul in here. This is the Target exclusive edition, which if you're familiar with the previous videos, all it means is we get a extra different sculpt in here for Darth Maul. Just a different colored one. Otherwise, all the cards, all the rest of the content are the same. So actually, if we slide this off, we're going to get to see the regular version, which is full red instead of red black. Otherwise, everything else in here is the same. There's our regular full cover Revenge at Last. So yeah, if you don't pick this up at Target, you pick it up later when it hits somewhere else. You get all the exact same content here, just a slightly different colored miniature. Yeah, so this is part of the new thing that Villainous started doing, where instead of doing the 3-player packs, character packs, they're doing 2 character packs. And so they can reduce the price point a little bit to an easier $20, make it easier for people to pick up. It kind of takes away from it being a standalone game then, because typically 3 players makes a really fun game for Villainous. You can add 4, maybe 5 if you like. 5 might get a little bit too many. 3 sometimes, 4 I think is a really good number, because you have multiple other people. You can play 2-player. You could pick this up and you could actually just play Darth Maul versus Captain Phasma if you would like. The only problem with playing 2 players is that when you start doing fading, you can only fade the other person. So that's kind of the thing there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hop into this and take a look at what we got. So, of course, we have our regular instruction booklet. So, again, goes through explains the entire game. So, if this is the first time picking it up, it explains everything, which is really nice, again, because if you don't own one of the other expansions, you can definitely pick this up. And got regular different characters, all that stuff. We'll get our 25 credit tokens, big square ones here. Get our 25 ambition tokens, we get a bunch more there. The 15 strength, which come in white or black, plus or minus, and they're double-sided. And then we do get some pauldron tokens, which are for Captain Phasma, so we'll look at those. I'm not going to go through all the different instructions too much, because they're all the same for every game. The only thing that makes, again, this very different than the other Villainous games, Marvel and Star Wars, or sorry, Marvel and Disney, is the inclusion of the deep space spot with the, where we can play vehicles. So if we flip over that, we got, play a card, maneuver, discard, activate, vanquish, fate, all that fun stuff we normally have, strength tokens, fate cards, we have our allies, our items, effects, conditions, vehicles. So vehicles are the new one. Get played into the deep space. Yeah, so very interesting. And yeah, if you want to know more about that, go check out the base set, which is Power of the Dark Side. We also have Scumming Villain, which added some 3 more characters. So we'll see if they add some more in here at all. So I think these are, 10 total characters? So it's pretty cool. Alright, we're going to look at Captain Phasma first, because I think Darth Maul is like the one most people would be looking for. We have a reference card. On the back side, just explains their brief idea of what each villain needs to do. Darth Maul must defeat a hero with another hero. Captain Phasma must have a First Order Stormtrooper officer at each location. So they're going to get their little guides, which are always really helpful in these games. I always love the idea of Captain Phasma. I don't believe she did a whole lot in the movies. I think she was kind of like she was in there, but she didn't make as big of an impact as she could have. I think there's just too much else going on. But the idea of there being like a head stormtrooper amongst all stormtroopers, that's not a Sith. So Captain Phasma's objective is to have a First Order Stormtrooper at each location. Captain Phasma is the captain of the guard and commander of the First Order Stormtrooper forces. She is a symbol of power and ultimate loyalty to the First Order and trains her troops to follow her every step. Heroes like Finn, Rose, and even Han Solo see her treachery and selfishness for what it is, pure villainy. She drives her troops to become the ultimate warriors and ready to eliminate the scum they are, rebel scum like they are. So she gets 3 sets of pauldron tokens, so white, black, and red. I think it's 6 white, 5 black, 4 red. So we get some of those. And then, just to kind of explain how these are, Stormtrooper ranks. Only cards with the First Order Stormtrooper in the name can increase their ranks. There are 4 levels of ranks. Those without any pauldrons, such as right here, are the lowest ranked First Order Stormtrooper. The next rank is First Order Stormtrooper Squad Leader, indicated by the white token, white pauldron. The next rank is First Order Stormtrooper Sergeant, and has a black pauldron. And finally, the highest rank is First Order Stormtrooper Officer, which is a red pauldron. Yeah, so we gotta do is, what she wants to do is have the officer, so it's one with a red pauldron in each location. So it's not just playing 4 allies, you have to upgrade them to the highest pauldrons. So after testing the soldiers in battle, Captain Phasma promotes those who deserve it. Following orders allows Captain Phasma to promote a soldier's new rank after vanquish action. She's also willing to sacrifice allies to promote others in forging in battle. And then just some other stuff. I'm not going to go over these too much. And then you can lose ranks with the bad guys. So there is her miniature. Yeah, Stormtrooper helmet. She's got the cloak. Where it's kind of open. I'm not really sure what... Is that just supposed to be like some of her armor underneath there? Or maybe her blaster? Kind of interesting. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. Let's take a look at her board quick. And then we'll look at the decks themselves. So we have... Zoom this out a little bit. Execution by blaster is too good for them. Let's make this hurt. Ooh, that's kind of mean. I mean, you're a villain, but that's still mean. Alright, so these open up this direction. Alright, so we have, again, First Order Stormtrooper Officer, each location. So we have Kano, or Cannibal. This will get us our 4 different things they can do. Which, of course, are up in the top side. We have play a card or maneuver or move a card around on the board. So this is ways you can have a Stormtrooper in one spot and you can move them to others to get them there. On the bottom, we have discarding a card or gain 3 credits. In Starkiller base, we have the Fate action with the little lightning bolts or gain 2 credits. We have the Ambition. So you get to gain some, use some ambition abilities. Or we have Vanquish. Of course, Starkiller base has Vanquish. That makes sense. The Finalizer. Play a card, Ambition, 2 credits, or play a card. And then in Supremacy, we have discard, 1 credit, Ambition, or Fate. Yeah, so there's nothing really blocked anywhere. But she does have... keeps her big 3s and 2 credits available at all times. Both of her, she has 2 ambitions on the bottom. Play a card. Our couple of lots of them are on the top. The only one that gets blocked off, can get blocked off at all, is the maneuver. So if you have to watch, if you need to maneuver guys around. Alright. Then we always love looking at the backs of the cards because they have some really neat pictures on them. So here, that's probably the Finalizer, some Ambition, and some symbols there. Bunch of different guns, and some Stormtroopers. So fairly simple. Alright, then what do we have? What does she bring with her? She brings some allies. We have the Reds. We have General Hux, who has... when General Hux is played, find and play a free atmospheric assault lander and gain 3 ambition. This location gains 2. So now he does have the credit cost for 2 at the top. already has ambition on the bottom. So I just want to read generators. Now, everything can be bottom manipulated with credit. Sometimes your villain personality and influence manifest through their inherent power, strength, and leadership called ambition. Playing ambition cards. Some cards have a cost and ambition instead of coins. These cards have the ambition cost located in the lower left of their card. You may play only one card per ambition action. When you play an ambition card, you must pay its ambition cost, return that many ambition to the supplies. So it's kind of neat here is that for someone like General Hux, is you can either pay 2 credits or pay 2 ambition. And when you play him, you're gaining 3 ambition, so it's kind of neat. You're getting to use both currencies instead of one or the other. And then he also gives your location that move. We just said that can get blocked off. So now you can basically unblock that as long as he's around. He's going to get Atmospheric Assault Lander. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right to that. So it adds in the vehicle card we're going to get, which gets you 2 ambition, but also gets you some extra things. So if you move over to that location, now you can play a card, vanquish, or having an additional move action. So both of them guys are giving you the ability to move your guys around a lot more. And what's nice about these is because the only way to fake them is by fading another vehicle from the fake deck on top of them. You can't just fade a regular hero. Alright, who are some of our other allies? We have the First Order Execution Trooper. Who has a cool, like, black, like, line on his head. Just neat. When played, maneuver a hero in play to First Order Executioner Trooper's location. When used to vanquish action, gain ambition equal to the strength of that hero. So again, he also has both. And when you defeat a hero, you gain some ambition, so you can play more cards. The First Order Stormtrooper Officer. Pay 3 ambition to keep First Order Stormtrooper Officer in play after using a vanquish action. Oh, so that's neat. Yeah, so that's actually really cool that they have that. And then one thing you're gonna also notice on here is this is a first order Stormtrooper Officer, which has the red pauldron, which actually coincides with the tokens we need to get. So again, you have to actually place the tokens on. Their name doesn't mean anything for the win condition. But that's neat. They gain ambition from other guys and use it to keep these guys in play. The First Order Stormtrooper Sergeant, which has the black pauldron, which goes with our second level. Pay 2 ambition to keep the First Order Stormtrooper in play after using a vanquish action. And we have the First Order Flame Trooper. When performing a vanquish action, First Order Flame Troopers may be used to defeat a hero at their location or an adjacent location. Ranged ability. And then we do get 4 copies of the First Order Stormtroopers. First Order Stormtroopers is play, gain 1 ambition. And these guys are the guys that have no extra special things, so we only get 1 of each of them. And then we do get the Leader, which has the white pauldron, which we get 6 of those. So basically what you want to be doing, generally, play the really cheap ones, and then keep upgrading them to the other ones. But you can also play some of these other guys and get them out too. Pay 1 ambition to keep these guys into play. That's pretty cool. So those are our different allies. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 copies of Following Orders, which costs 3 ambition. So instead of it costing credits, this is going to cost some ambition to do. Perform a vanquish action that includes a Stormtrooper. Award a pauldron token to the next rank to 1 Stormtrooper using that vanquish action. Do not discard that Stormtrooper. So this is going to be a very vanquishy heavy deck. So hopefully there's a way for you to pull heroes out. We have 3 copies of So Good to Have You Back. Yeah, reveal fake cards when you find a hero, place that hero at Captain Phasma's location. So I just said, yeah, hopefully there's a way to pull guys out so you have a way to fight them. And that's the exact one we need to do there. We have 2 copies of Forged in Battle. Removing Ally. Give a Stormtrooper a pauldron of the next rank. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, get rid of maybe one of the cheap ones to get those guys back. 2 copies of Your Always Scum. Take any ally card from your discard pile and place them in your hand. Pay 1 credit for each card taken. So you have the other one right there. It just said get rid of one to boost up an ally, to promote them. And then this will basically let you pick that guy back up. Yeah, take any ally cards. So you can take multiple as long as you can pay for them. We have, on my command, 1 copy of that costs 4 ambition. All allies in play gain 1 strength. Nice. Just pops in, boosts everyone up for a turn. Then we have some conditions. So we have 3 copies instead of 2. You normally only get 2, but we got 3 in here. Report to my division at once. During their turn, if another player takes a fate action and plays a hero, you may play Report to my division at once. Take any Stormtrooper from your discard pile and place them in your hand. Nice. Take any Stormtroopers from your discard pile. So it's kind of cool. And they don't have to fate you. They can fate a different player. As long as they play one, now you get to gain a bunch of guys back. That's cool. And then we got 3 copies of This Is Just Business. During their turn, if another player gains credits in any way, you may play This Is Just Business to gain ambition equal to their credit gain. Nice. So this would be, depending on who you're playing against, this could really be helpful for you to gain a lot of ambition. I almost said, like, oh, if you're playing against Prince John, and wait, that's Disney. We're not mixing Disney and Star Wars in here. Awesome. So it's a very interesting set. Then we have our Fate deck. So we just see all these. I have the white backs. So we got some heroes. We have Rose Kiko. When Rose Kiko is played, shuffle Captain Phasma's Fate and discard into her Fate deck. Fing, if Captain Phasma is at Fing's location, she can only take 1 of the available actions. Oh boy. BB-8. When BB-8 is played, Captain Phasma must reveal their hand to all other players. Alright, I have pause for that. I just realized, correction from earlier, I am dumb. So I was thinking this was the ambition cost. Ambition costs are these ones, which are the diamonds in this direction with the lines on them. This is, of course, their strength. So, no, I can't play my Stormtroopers for ambition costs. I use the ambition to play my other cards in my hand. I don't know why. I thought that because they're both hexagon shaped. They should have maybe made like a diamond or something different. That threw me off. Or made these circles. Something, but yeah, that just threw me off. So yeah, no, you can only play them guys for, that's their strength at the bottom, not that. Alright, but then we have BB-8, must reveal handle other players. That's probably so you can see how many cards, which Stormtroopers you have. Han Solo, all of Captain Phasma's ambition costs are increased by 1. Ooh, that's mean. And Chewbacca, if Captain Phasma is at Chewbacca's location, all heroes gain +1 strength. And then we also get the restriction. We know what you did. Well, we know what you did is in play. Captain Phasma cannot award Pauldron tokens. We know what you did by removing allies at the cost of 3 credits or more. Ooh, interesting. That could be very fun. 2 copies of Is There a Garbage Chute? Captain Phasma cannot move at the start of her next turn and can only take actions from this location. Combined with Fing, that could really make it really hard for you. 2 copies of Undercover Agents. Remove 1 Pauldron token from a Stormtrooper. Replace it with the next lower range. So at least it doesn't remove it completely. 2 copies of Stealing Your Stuff. Remove 2 ambition or 2 credits from Captain Phasma for each hero in play. Rebel Scum. Play a hero from the Fate discard pile to Captain Phasma's location. Hey, just hey. Reduce the strength of an ally to 1. And then we have the vehicle, the Libertine. When Libertine is played, you may maneuver any number of heroes to new locations to help combat and beat the First Order. Yeah, so it's a pretty neat system, right? You gotta play the guys down. You basically have to get a stormtrooper character in each one, but then you have to do enough vanquish actions with them to promote them. But at the same time, while doing that, you have to pay the extra costs to keep them around. Otherwise, they disappear because they've been in a vanquish action. Yeah, so that makes them really interesting to play as. It's not just play 4 cards, just play them, pull guys out, vanquish. A little bit more combat heavy deck. So very interesting. Alright, let's look at our other villain. We got Darth Maul. So again, we get the red and black. But yeah, he's got his spikies. He's got his lightsaber here at the bottom. Right in there. And then he's got his cloak. Yeah, so Darth Maul was originally part of Episode 1. This version follows more of his Clone Wars, so after he supposedly died and came back. Maul has been many things: Night Brother, Sith Lord, Outcast, and ruler of Mandalore. But through all of it, he has been a revenge-driven manipulator. His twisted dreams of becoming a Sith Lord and taking revenge on Obi-Wan Kenobi and all other Jedi are his obsession. In order to achieve his goals, he needs a powerful apprentice, and the best way to get revenge is to prove he is greater than Obi-Wan is to recruit a Jedi to be his apprentice. By manipulating them to confront and defeat another hero, Maul can finally have his ultimate revenge. Yes, his goal is to get that. So, Maul is a master manipulator, even when the truth is twisted in his ways. Here, Maul uses allies to not vanquish heroes, but to weaken them. When you take a vanquish action, do not discard the hero. Instead, give them a -1 strength token. Allies are discarded as normal. Maul has cards such as My Power was almost absolute, and You Mean My Apprentice to reduce a hero's strength without a vanquish action. And then heroes confused. When a hero's strength is 0, they move to the lower part of Maul's sector in that same location. They keep their strength level at 0, leaving all negative strength tokens on them. Maul is manipulating them and influencing them to act against their Jedi training. They are considered heroes and subject to all fate and villain cards, or actions that will maneuver, increase, or decrease strength, like Old Master. And then what he wants to do is when a hero moves to the lower part, they're still considered a hero and are affected by any card. Really target a hero. Maul needs to build up their strength of that hero so they can vanquish another hero still in the top sector. So that's what he's trying to do. Lower their strength to 0 to bring them to his side, and then he needs to reboost their strength back up so he can beat it. And then we have the holocrons, which we'll get in, which are pretty fun. Alright, what's Maul say? He says, there's Darth Maul, run if you want, or stay and die. It makes no difference to me. Alright, you defeat a hero with another hero. So we have the Night Sisters Temple. So we have the maneuver around action, gain a credit, play a card, or gain some ambition. In Throne Room of Mandalore, we have Fate. Get 2 credits, play a card, or vanquish. In the Sith Temple of Malachor, we have play a card, ambition, fate, and discard. And in the Dune Seas of Tatooine, we have discard, fate, ambition, and gain 3. So yeah, we only have 1 credit on the top, so the other 2 could get covered. And our 1 maneuvering around could also get covered as well. Otherwise, we have, I think, everything else is available on the bottom. Alright, let's hop into his deck here. So there is the back of his cards. So we have like his tattoos on there. I don't know what all these are. So I haven't seen the Clone Wars cartoon with him. So I'm not intimately familiar with all this, but we have the Jedi, or the Sith Holocron, his double-sided lightsaber, some droids. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what we actually get from him. His first ally is going to be Savage Opress, which I believe is his brother, who pays 2 ambition to play, so there's an ambition cost on a character. When using a vanquish action, reduce a hero's strength by 2. Cool. So that definitely helps take him down. We got 4 copies of Mandalorian Super Commandos. When using a Vanquish action, place a Mandalorian Super Commandos into Maul's hand. Nice, so they do stuff and then they come back. We have 4 copies of the tour guide droids who have guns. Who have an activate. Maneuver a hero to a location with a tour guide droid. That hero gains -1 strength. Yeah, so you play the activate action. You get that. Where was his activate action at? He doesn't have one. Interesting. So he doesn't have an activate action actually on his board. So we have to find another card to use them. They can still be played. They can still be used to vanquish and do stuff like that. So the big one we have here is the Sith Holocron. It says activate. Pay 1. You may fake a hero card until you reveal a hero, play that hero, and give them 2 strength. Yeah, so yeah, when you get this, you have to go to an activate symbol, pay 1, and you can find a hero, and then you can reduce their strength. That's kind of helpful. That's an item, so that just stays out. We have 2 copies of Vision of Maul. Discard Maul's hand, draw 6 cards. Cool. And just great way to like refresh your hand if you need to. 1 copy of My Power Was Almost Absolute. All heroes in play gain -1 strength. Gain 1 ambition for each hero affected. 2 copies of Join Me or Die. You gain Vanquish action. You may use an ally with less strength than the targeted hero's current strength to perform a Vanquish action. Nice. So basically, you just use them to try and take someone out. 2 copies of One Last Lesson. Performing activate action or maneuver action. So there's one way to do our activating with those other 2 cards, the droid and the holocron. 2 copies of Together, You and I. Maneuver a hero to Darth Maul's location. If that hero is on Maul's side of the sector, they gain 2 strength. Oh, that's nice, because then you can use them to win even easier. 1 copy of I Am the Enemy of Your Enemy. Ooh, so there he's with Ashika and Ursa Bridges against the, looks like the Empire. Or someone, I'm not sure who they are. Remove any cards in play from both the hero and the villain side of the sector to gain 1 ambition. Any card in play. Nice. You just get rid of something. 2 copies of Formerly Darth, Now Just Maul. You may play Formerly Darth, Now Just Maul for no cost after you have moved to a new location and before you take any action. During this turn, you may pay credits for any ambition card you cost. That's neat. And then we have 2 copies of Old Master. Choose an ally or a hero and give them 2 strength. So either boost up your allies, help take down the heroes, or boost up a hero once they're on your side. Then we have our condition cards. We have 2 copies of Holocrons Merged. If an opponent gains 2 or more ambition on their turn, you may play Holocrons Merged, gaining ambition equal to the ambition collected by the other player. And then 2 copies of You Mean My Apprentice. If an opponent plays a hero to any villain sector, you may play You Mean My Apprentice, play 2 -1 strength tokens on any hero. Cool. That's really neat. And then we have some vehicles. So we have the Scimitar. It gets you an ambition, play a card, and discard. Maneuver an ally to a location with a hero. What's neat is because it could be the hero on the other side that's fading you, or it could be the hero that you brought over, and you could bring them over to like be on your side for whatever reason. Just to move them to help defeat something else. And then we have the Night Brother, which is our other activation. Vanquish and ambition. And it says just gain 3 ambition. Yes, it's pretty neat. So there's lots of maneuvering guys around, trying to manipulate guys to be in certain spots. Where Captain Phasma just wanted to get guys out for the most part, and then like do it that way. He's just Maul's trying to like play around and manipulate the board. Let's see what our fate cards are. So there's the back of that one. We have a hero. Of course, we're going to have Obi-Wan Kenobi, and this is after he's older, much older and wiser. When Obi-Wan Kenobi is played, give all other heroes in play 1 strength. Obi-Wan Kenobi ignores strength reduction less than 2. When Maul moves to Obi-Wan's location, he must discard half his hand, random rounded down. So Obi-Wan is going to mess up Maul. Ignore strength reductions less than 2. So yeah, you also can't, unless you can somehow play a strength reduction higher than 2, like, I don't think you're going to be able to, like, sway Obi-Wan over to your side. Asuka Hano, when Asuka is played, give all their heroes in play 1 strength. When Maul is at Asuka's location, all cards cost 1 ambition or credit. Again, going to be hard to manipulate her as well. Urza Bridger. When Urza Bridger is played, all other heroes in play gain 1 strength and find and play the Jago Holocron. Let's grab that one really quick if I can find it. The Jedi Holocron says, Jago Holocron is not attached to a hero and covers action. Is not attached to a hero and covers actions. When a hero is maneuvered from the Jedi Holocron's location, they gain 2 strength. If Darth Maul is at the Jago Holocron's location, he may pay ambition equal to the number of heroes in play to remove it. Interesting. So basically, if they move off that spot, they gain an extra 2 strength. So it kind of helps them traveling around. Our last hero was Canyon Jarrus. When Canyon is played, give all the heroes 1 strength. Play a revealed fate cards until you find a vehicle, play that vehicle. And then we do have some vehicles towards the end. We'll get to those at the end, though. We have 2 copies of You Have Been Replaced. Darth Maul loses 2 ambition or 2 credits, whichever he has more of. I Am Lost. Removing ally or vehicle from Darth Maul's side of the sector. 2 copies of You Had Your Chance. Maneuver a hero to a new location. The Mandalorian Sarcophagus. When Mandalorian Sarcophagus is in play, Maul may only take 2 actions per location or vehicle. Remove Mandalorian Sarcophagus by removing 4 allies totaling 4 strength or higher. Oh, that's a mean restriction. And then we have 2 copies of Brother Lost. Choose a hero, you may remove up to 2 negative strength tokens from that hero. Ooh, powering them back up. Then our vehicles, we get the Ghost. When the Ghost is played, maneuver a hero to a new location. And then the Tribunal. When the Tribunal is played, remove an ally from a location with a hero. Play remove an ally from a location with a hero. Why would I want to get rid of my own allies? Oh, because it's a... Never mind, it's a fate card. That makes sense. My brain was thinking it was the other way around. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. We got some really neat stuff in there. That is what we have for this video of Villainous Revenge at Last. Yeah, so 2 very interesting, unique characters. I love that we're kind of getting some of the Jedi. Like, they typically always doing these sets is they try and pick like one of the more popular characters and one of the more, I'm going to call obscure characters. So lots of people know Darth Maul from episode 1, or if you watch Clone Wars, where again Captain Phasma was kind of like in episode 7. I don't know if she came back in any of the other ones. I don't recall, but I could be wrong off the top of my head. But yes, again, not a bad thing. It's really cool watching neat characters. I like how they sort of play similar because they're manipulating the different troops to do stuff, but one's trying to amass an army, one's trying to get a singular character. But then they need to then, once that character's where they need to be, whether it's the stormtroopers out, you need to then do stuff to battle to promote them, or Darth Maul needs to take that hero, reduce them, then build them back up and have them defeat something. So they both end up in the end being like very combat oriented in what they're trying to do. So that's what we have for this video. No word on what's coming out next. Hopefully they keep adding some more. Plenty of other villainous Star Wars characters to play. I really would love like a Jabba the Hutt would be kind of cool. Do something with that, maybe manipulating, trying to like obviously be trying to capture Han Solo would most likely be his goal. And there's so many different bounty hunters they could do stuff with. Bosk, IG-88, 4LOM, you know, a bunch of those guys they could do stuff with. Plus, of course, now we have all the new TV series coming out that we have. We have, like, stuff from the Acolyte. They could bring some of those characters in. We have, you know, stuff from Asuka, the Mandalorian overall. Like, we've had some of the cards from there, but we could have more characters from some of those seasons. You know, plenty of different stuff. Even something as crazy as, and now his name is completely escaping me. But the Padres from episode 1. Oh, I can't think of his name, but it's the main one that Sebulba. They could do something with that, where he wasn't necessarily villainous, like trying to kill everyone like Darth Maul or Emperor Palpatine or something, but like that could be an interesting angle, like where he's trying to do a pod race. They did something in Disney very similar to that, like with that, my idea kind of comes there. They had the Candy King, where he had a racetrack he had to race around. They could literally take almost that exact same concept and apply it to Sebulba versus young Anakin in trying to do a pod race, and he has to like place his token on and he has to race him around the track. That would be kind of a fun, interesting, like a little bit more lighthearted version. But who knows? We'll see what happens. I hope you guys enjoy the videos. Hit me up in the comments. See you guys later. Bye.